Well, I had this thing running about an hour ago, and then of course it decided to start to rain, and we all know bare steel and rain don't mix. So I had to rush to bring this unit back in the shop. Uh, so anyhow, what is essentially going to happen here with this, I'm just cleaning up the shop. I did a complete brake line replacement on it. And well, you know, there's obviously a mess on the floor. And I haven't bled the brakes, but for some bizarre reason I do have a bit of residual rear brakes. The drums are doing something, so if you pump the brakes a few times, you know, you can still stop the vehicle. Brake light is still on. I've decided that I'm going to do a frame off to this car. I'm going to sandblast the frame and I'm going to paint it. The way I see it right now, currently, I already have this unit half tore apart. I need to do some rocker panel work to the inner rockers on the opposite side. And, well, I got a parts car with mint parts. And a buddy of mine asked, it's like, why don't you just swap the bodies because the frame is busted on the parts car? It's like, well, no, I'd rather keep this body. You could swap out the VINs, but, you know, I'd rather just keep this this way. I'd rather just, you know, the frame is mint on this car. There's no holes, there's no breakage, considering that, you know, we do have some very soft rear quarters. I shouldn't say they're soft, but I mean, this has been a hack job before. You know, there's Bondo or Marglass here. Looks like ordinary body filler. I mean, there's a hole in behind that. I'm just going to cut these right off. You know, cut it to about here. Take this quarter panel, take it right off. I'm going to do the same to this one as well. Cut her off, be done with it. And, I mean, I have good panels here. I got 2 panels, you know, 2 fenders, all new doors. And I'm going to gut the interior. And, you know, because I'm going to change new body mounts. I don't know if a bolt is going to break or not. So if it does, then I'll have to improvise. There's no holes through the body. You know, the mounts are solid, but the mounts would be soft. There's no sunk body mounts on this car. But I'm still going to replace the mounts. I might as well. Engine mounts too. I mean, this engine, I'll disconnect the engine and transmission as an assembly, and I'll lift it out once I get the body off. That's not going to be too hard. And then I'll just put the engine back in when I'm done. You know, that won't be hard at all. The exhaust is absolutely screwed, so I'm just going to, you know, disconnect the fuel lines, and you know, once the body is off the frame, just hook a 3-way chain with a leveler to an engine hoist and just lift it up, hell with it. And yeah, that'll be that. Inner fenders can come off too. The main feed for the wire harness is here. I forget how to disconnect these. It's been a while. I used to do these with cabs on trucks. You know, wiper motor, I can disconnect that, make more room for myself. You know, 305, it runs. I had it running. It never started all summer. I never bothered starting it, and it started right up. You know, considering it sat all summer, but it sat in the shop. So, you know, so anyway, yeah. Like, I mean, battery box is rotten. I don't know why, but I got a new battery box for it. But yeah. Inners and outers on this car, on this side, are absolutely fine, but it's just the opposite side that's got a little crusty. So, you know, I'm gonna swap the driver's side. I'm gonna cut both rockers out of the parts car though, and yeah, it's just soft at the back where the dog legs are. This is what we refer to as the dog leg. It's on the driver's side. It's soft just in behind there, and well, it is what it is. I mean, here's a bit of a hole here. Actually, maybe I thought there was. Yeah, there's a little one. It's soft, but you know, I'm just gonna swap it out, make it look nice. over there has a totally blown engine. You know, this one here is absolutely mint. Fairly low miles too. You know, like, I mean, it's running very nice. Bit of vibration, the pen is starting to slide a little bit, so, you know, it's not a horrible running engine. I should drain the oil in it, get it out of there. That'll be a job maybe for tonight, I don't know. I want to start gutting the interior because that'll be a job all on its own. I used to gut the interiors of these Cutlasses, and I used to be able to do it with my eyes closed because I had a few of them back in the day, and I never ever got the chance to actually get one on the road because they were just too far gone. But, you know, the enthusiasm and the spark in my eye was still quite bright. So this one here is the only one that's in decent enough shape to actually restore. The other ones I had were, you know, they were pretty well done. Frames were good in them. I actually kicked myself in the rear end. You know, I wish I would have kept the frames. You know, because these G-body frames, they're, people do buy them. If somebody takes the body and chucks the body and leaves the frame, sandblast them and paint them, I mean, people will pay $1,000 here in Canada for one, there's no doubt about it. So, still undecided on what I'm going to do for a sandblaster, if I'm going to rent one of those Doosan's. One of those big generators. If I rented one of those Doosan's, it'd be about $250, maybe even more. Hard to say. But I'd be able to sandblast the frame probably in a day and still have time to take the unit back to the rental shop and you know, be done with it. Then hit it with a heavy acetone, because you're technically supposed to, after blasting, you know, prevent the rust from coming back. All I'm going to do, a lot of people are going to be angry, but all I'm going to do is trim clad this frame. I'm not powder coating it. I don't have that kind of money. There's no powder coating places around here for me to take it to, so I'm just going to paint it. Not trim clad, but Eastwood, they deal with restoration products, and they sell all kinds of stuff. So maybe I'll buy a couple cans of their, you know, nationally renowned products, and I'll go from there, I guess. Like, see, this body mount is pretty well, like, I mean, it's weathered. It's not sunk or nothing, but I want to clean everything up, move the fuel tank. It's a big job, but it'll be something to do during the winter months. That's enough of that. So anyway, I had this outside because I wanted to clean the floor and put the tools away and get some of the parts put in the cube truck just for the time being, just for storage. So I have enough room to actually maintain my detailing shop here while I'm still working on the car. So I can't really store this thing outside with no paint on it anymore. I actually wish I would have, you know, not started sanding this car. Now, seeing as how I'm not keeping the rear quarters, what I might do is I might just throw some, I don't know, throw something on the roof and the trunk lid just to prevent it from rusting, and then maybe park the car outside. The car is going to have to stay outside while I have the frame off of it. Anyway, I just wish I would have thought this through. I really did not think about doing a frame off to this car, but you know, and I really didn't want to take the rear quarters off of here either. But you know, when you got something like this, you know, and you have the parts, it's like you might as well use the parts car to its full advantage, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to cut that quarter panel off, cut it right out of there, new doors, and then give it a paint job. We'll go from there.